All right, welcome in. Harrison is the ones and twos as well. I said that wrong already to begin with. I'm not on the ones and twos.
We're playing musical chairs around here. So just want to get to you. Our stream was loading here. It should be up now. It was taking a little buffer, but now we should be good to go. Yes, we can see ourselves up on the TV screen here in the studio. Nick Whyman alongside Harrison Arens. We got thrown in the fire here, 8 o'clock. You and me.
Holy smokes.
I feel like we were just here, 24 hours ago. But here we are.
It's not like we have a hard job, let's be honest here. Welcome to everybody in listening. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com, 402-464-5685. We're going to talk a little bit of ball here. Obviously, maybe we'll get into Husker hoops, although I think we got plenty into that yesterday. And, of course, the NFL coaching carousel. Before we do any of that, we got another winter sport. It's just been pretty awesome as of late. Husker wrestling program, they got a big one versus Purdue this Friday, 6 p.m. I can't encourage it enough. Nick, have you been to one yet? Not to put you on the spot.
I have not, but I've seen how electric it is.
I recommend it.
You got to go to the North Carolina one with the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Austin stuck around here. DP and Ridge joined us later after the fact.
I was at one last year, and it was not even, I shouldn't say that. There was definitely some big moments, but not like what they've done as of late. It's a whole new environment. So that's why I got to keep saying it. Like I didn't go enough even earlier on, but now it's like a no-brainer to go down there because they got the elevated mat, obviously the tunnel walk, and yeah, man, you got to check it out.
It's a spectacle.
It is.
It's a spectacle, and that's what you want to see. And I'm glad that the city and the town and the university makes it a big deal because you don't see that at every wrestling in general. And Nebraska's bought into it. They have bought into the wrestling program, and you've seen it when they're, rather they're facing Northern Iowa, North Carolina, or obviously Oklahoma State. It's a big deal, and they are the show in town.
Yeah, what Oklahoma State draw do you remember? Was it 9,000 or more than that?
It was something crazy.
I want to say they got at least over 9, if not close.
And I mean, that's a good argument to have. If you're having drawn attendance, that's awesome to see. Because some wrestling duels you see and there's just no support for it. Nebraska having that support, that's awesome to see. Because you have basketball rolling right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have
women's basketball. Put them in there
women's
too.
Basketball's ranked. You have wrestling that's in the cream of the crop. Amongst
I think they'll be moving up. I think last time they were number 7 after a pretty dominant win versus UNI. I'd have to double check, but
you and I win. I think is just a big.
They're top 25 school.
Oh, they're a solid school, but it's a good bounce back, a good setback after Oklahoma State. Obviously, that was the big match in town. You lose that one, oh well, we could have got them. Got them.
Had enough. Like they had a bunch of really close ones that came down to the end there. To your point, where
exactly, it's like
right there.
One of those goes a different way. Could be talking about something else. Could be a different situation, but you drop that duel, shake it off, get a couple of days off or whatever, and then you come out at UNI, and I mean they dominated. What
was it, 36?
30-6, and that's a statement. Going into conference play now, you got Purdue, Minnesota, Iowa. Those are your next 3 duels over the month.
And then it's Ohio State after Iowa.
Ohio State, Jeez. And then Penn State. So the gauntlet of the schedule.
That's probably the toughest stretch right there. Is going to be Iowa. Iowa's at home, I hope.
I believe I can.
Let me pull up
the schedule.
While you're pulling that up, I'll talk. But Iowa, that's going to be, obviously it's Iowa. And they're probably looking for a little bit of revenge after we stole second place from them. I shouldn't say stole. We took it. We earned it. Second place.
Yeah.
Penn State, we already know. And Ohio State's a beast. I hope. Tell me if Ohio State's at home as well. I hope it is.
So coming down the schedule, here's the rest of the month of January for your Nebraska wrestling team. January 9th, Friday night against Purdue. That'll be on the Big Ten Network.
Yep. At home. We'll take that.
That's a home match. Then January 16th on the road the next Friday, 8 o'clock start at Minnesota. Prime time down there in Minnesota. So that's late start. Friday, January 23rd, 8 o'clock start against Iowa at home.
Nice.
Then a quick turnaround. Sunday, January 25th, 1 o'clock start at home against Ohio State. That is a less than.
What's Ohio State ranked on there right now?
They don't have the rankings on the Nebraska website, but I can look it up here for you. But that's a turnaround if I've ever, 8 o'clock.
Because those are 2 really, really tough teams. I don't think Ohio State's slowed down whatsoever since last time we saw them in the national duels.
So current rankings on the NCAA website here. You have Iowa number 4, Ohio State number 2.
Penn State 1.
Penn State 1. And then after Ohio State, you have 5 days off. January 30th, Friday night at Penn State in University Park, Pennsylvania. That is
that place will be packed.
Whoever made this schedule, they had to have I don't know. I don't know how they make the scheduling for wrestling, but that is just it's not a good draw, but it's a great opportunity because if you come out and win 2 or 3 of those, I think you'd be happy.
Oh, it's a good chance to set your you're going to be in some big matches to set yourself up a chance to be in those postseason duels. Like,
Yeah.
I guess that's the kind of the glory of it. Like, it's a good opportunity, and then you get some easier. I don't want to say easier, but you get the likes of Northwestern. I think that's their last home one. They should be able to take care of business there, you would imagine. And then the last one's like Utah Valley, so it eases up a little bit. You got a tough stretch. Measure yourself up. Try to get some of those points. Knock some top guys out. Put yourself in a position to get in the postseason play. But yeah, it's a good thing they got that UNI win because you're playing after the Purdue, which I don't want to disrespect Purdue. They got some dudes for sure. But you're seeing guys like Minto, Silas Allred was awesome. And of course, AJ Ferrari, you're kind of waiting for hopefully his health to fully check out there. But you saw Harley Andrews in the heavyweight step up. And then Cade Ziola, I know he competed elsewhere, but I believe he won in pretty convincing fashion. You're still trying to figure out that 125 weight class. I know that's been the one everyone's talking about, but you got some dudes right now that you feel pretty good. Obviously, Brock Hardy, I don't want to leave him out of the mix, and I might be missing one more. Arujo, he's been awesome. So, I mean, you got a bunch of dudes that I think you feel pretty comfortable in. You're waiting for 125 and maybe a couple other weight classes to come through, but it's been interesting with the heavyweights in particular. Like, we'll see what it looks like when they go against some better competition, but even when they have, like Cade Ziola or Harley, I'm not really too worried about any of those guys. They're at least going to go out there and fight and make it a competitive match. So it's been fun to watch. I think they'll be in a good position, especially if they can get through that tough stretch when we Ohio State, Iowa, and Penn State. That's going to be the real barometer, as you said.
They're in a good spot right now. If you're coming off Northern Iowa at the time was ranked 16th when they beat them 30-6. That's a top 20 matchup, and you dominated.
You ever wrestle growing up there, Nick Whyman?
No, I'm not a wrestler. I covered wrestling. It's a tough sport. Like it looks, it's one of those sports where it's not about the clock. There is a clock, but it's just there's the mental side of things. There's, the practices are crazy. I don't know how some of these guys go through it. It is
it's when you're done practicing the discipline.
There's so much that goes into it more than just, we're going to go out there and match. It's nothing like any other sport.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
There's so much to it. Injuries. There's so many ups and downs. There's so much individual sports that go into it. That wrestling, people are like, oh, it's not a team sport. It's a team sport.
100%. Mark Manning would look at you different if you told him it wasn't.
So covering high school wrestling, people are like, oh, it's an individual sport. People only care about the people who win the individual stuff. No, it's a team sport. These people grind day in and day out for one another. And there's so much that goes in. I mean, Ridge could say it. Kayla Smith, like you said, Manning could say it. There's so much that goes into it. And you must have looked at the schedule before I pulled it up here because you nailed the final four. They got Northwestern February 8th, February 13th at Illinois, at Indiana on the 15th of February, and then they close it out with Utah Valley on Saturday, September 21st. So the meat of the schedule is that late January. What would you say is successful? Just taking winning two of those duels would just be a big, or just compete? Because those are
that's a great question.
Those are not the end of your season. Maybe you only win one of the.
I mean, you want to beat Iowa, right? You want to beat Penn State. It's tough to say. I think obviously with Penn State and Iowa, like you want to go out there and compete. And if you leave the mat and it felt like, even if you come up short, but it felt like you were one move away, or maybe a couple guys if they just did a few things differently, you just don't want to walk out and feel like, oh boy, we're far away, or we're not even close to their competitive level right now.
Yep.
It's kind of what I said about Husker football. And I'm sorry to make it this transition all the time.
Oh,
but
okay.
With Utah, I was like, listen, Utah's a great team. And I think I told everyone, I think you agreed with me. Maybe you didn't. I hope you did, because Utah was a very good team. But it's talking to people, a lot of people had their hopes up, like, what's successful? We have to win. It's a must win. And I was like, we just have to go compete. Unfortunately, we didn't necessarily do that part either outside of the first drive. So that was the failure.
First quarter, they were leading 14-7 in that first quarter of that football game.
Okay, so sorry, let me take that away. Not the first drive, the first quarter.
You just highlighted the Mekhi Nelson run. They had another touchdown in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll forget what happened in the other three quarters. But
you're right. Give them a little bit more credit. They played good for a quarter. But the whole problem was, again, I wasn't in a space demanding that we have to go win this game. If we're going to feel good about Husker football whatsoever, I was like, we have to go compete, and not for a quarter or two quarters, but give me an entire game of football. And We didn't see that versus Iowa. We didn't see that versus Penn State. And we definitely did not see that versus Utah. And that's where it's tough because it's like when things get tough, what do you guys do? And I'm not saying they're loafing. I'm not in the room. I wasn't in that locker room when they had halftime, but there's got to be some pride at stake there when you're getting your, just face it. I mean, your pride's at stake. They're kind of kicking your teeth in. Same thing for wrestling. When you get to Iowa, when you get to Penn State, if you lose a few matches, even if like say a guy who's really great, Brock Hardy, he gets upset, although it might be like a really close matchup, so maybe he doesn't. But either way, it's long as it's a fight and the next guy goes in there and the next guy doesn't go like, well, here comes Penn State or Iowa on a run. They're putting matches together. We're looking at, boy, it's 12-0. We haven't gotten a single point on the board yet. Like if you just see them completely back off, that's disappointing. If you see the guys go out there and fight and you can see a few things that they need to tweak in order to get a win, like you'll take that. That's kind of what I'm expecting.
So to add on to your point, I think, the season doesn't end January 30th. The season doesn't. So you can have those 3 duels. You can see how you measure yourself against said teams. Then you have about a month, 3 to 4 weeks to gauge where you're at. Because you'll learn a lot more from those 3 duels, win or lose, rather than your Utah Valleys and your Northwesterns. That's just how the schedule shakes out, which I think that's a good thing. You may look at that as a fan and say, oh man, they got this tough stretch coming up. That's good. It's an opportunity to learn, even if you may lose 2 of those 3 duels. I'm not saying they're going to lose 2 of the 3 duels, but let's say that happens. You learn a lot. And then you have that chip on your shoulder and you can carry that out until the end of the season because you have multiple opportunities the rest of the way. And then the Big Ten Wrestling Championships sneak up March 7th. That's crazy to think about. It's January 7th. The wrestling season's almost here, almost to an end.
Yeah, it takes off. They get those breaks. Bowling's like that too. Wrestling's like that. Some of these sports, it's like those guys get back and they're off to the races competing and they got to wrap up the season in a very short amount of time before they get to the spring sports because spring sports is right there too. So you can't have both of those things going on when you want your, say you're a great bowler or wrestler and he's got track coming up next and he's a shot putter. It's a tough thing to balance. So those things, they jam them in there. And that's why it's nice to have Utah Valley. No disrespect to Utah Valley out there, but that might be a good chance to just get the guys healthy.
Yeah. And then it's interesting because I'm looking at the schedule here. So they had the final big duel on the road against Penn State. Off the top of your head, do you know where the Big Ten Wrestling Championships are being held?
Oh, do they change it year to year?
They do. 1 year Nebraska hosted it that 1 year.
Oh, you're right. Yep. I do remember. That was awesome.
That also threw a wrench into the high school basketball.
Because that was at the Vault, right?
Yes. So what happened was they had to play the high school tournament the week before. They combined the girls and the boys tournament in the same week. So they were playing both the girls. Because usually what they do is the girls play 1 week and the boys play the next. They put them both together in 1 week.
You unlocked the mystery for me because I always remembered. I was like, why did we do that? I forgot. That's why we did that because we had the Big Ten championships at the Vault and it was awesome. I will say we should host it more often because I heard a lot of positive reviews. The Vault's kind of set up pretty well for it, but I'm going to guess, give me Indianapolis.
So I say Penn State. They're at Penn State on that road match. It's at University Park, Pennsylvania.
No way.
So they have, you could, I don't know. That's a big match, and you come right back to a familiar territory. You get a nice little prep to what the big stage is going to be like. And obviously, a lot of these guys have already wrestled on the big stage, but it's nice. You know what you're going to get into. You know what the trip's like to head to Penn State. Go down there, and then the wrestling championship sneak up real quickly the following week.
That is kind of nice to get Penn State on the road. Then I mean, it's not for the fact that you want to get some wins and you want to put yourself, but hey, if they do well the first time around, you get the environment. And so a lot of those guys are familiar with it already, but especially for some younger guys, that are not as experienced, haven't been to Penn State on the road yet. That's good. That's a good deal.
Same arena too. Bryce Jordan Center, same arena. So that is, you couldn't ask for better because if you flip it and have the duel at Nebraska, they haven't made the trip to Pennsylvania. I know, trips, as a college person, it's a little different. College student, you're managing your classes and all that. Then you have to make an East Coast trip, another time zone, make the trip all the way out there. Maybe you're not familiar fully with that. But Penn State, they're going to be, Nebraska fans will travel to the Big Ten Wrestling Championships, but Penn State's going to be the home. You're hosting a conference wrestling tournament in your backyard. Penn State obviously has the wrestling fan base for it. So it's pretty much like a road match for the other, tens of teams for a wrestling tournament. Crazy. Crazy time. We got a couple more minutes left in the segment. It's been a crazy time. Crazy time. I think,
Winter's been weird. I'll say that much.
I mean, we've had, sports in general. I mean,
what's the sport that you feel the most confident in right now?
Nebraska wise?
Yeah, Nebraska athletics. Which athletic gives you the most confidence for not just this year, but I'll say this year and the next upcoming year?
Oh my gosh, you're putting me on the spot,
man. I know
it's
a tough question, but like it's a good barometer.
It's a loaded question. You're asking me not just is this team A or team B?
You told me we got 5 minutes, so there you go.
Oh, yeah, you threw me on the spot there. I mean, I would say, basketball. I mean, the men's basketball. I mean, how can you not say them?
I was gonna say, but maybe you still go volleyball though, because it's hard.
I mean, yeah, volleyball is going to be their thing.
They kept all their players 2 years in a row.
Kept all 13 players from the transfer portal. Obviously, adding the May portal does open,
and you lost in the 5th set to the national champs.
I mean,
that's the only loss.
If we're looking, I mean, yes, volleyball is going to do their thing. I think volleyball's kind of
that's my one. It's hard to take them off the pedestal yet.
They're out of that conversation because we know they're going to do their thing. Everybody knows Nebraska volleyball is going to do their thing. I don't think anybody has any doubt.
Do you put wrestling at 2 then?
Wrestling's up there
because they got 2nd place last year consistently. I mean, 2 national champs. It's been a while since they had champs. I think. Oh boy, text line if I'm wrong, please correct me. 402-464-5685. I think it was Jordan Burroughs, and then big gap, and then Antrell Taylor and Ridge Lovett. So
we'll see if the text line gets on you. I can look it up over here too as well.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm wrong, you can correct me right away. I just don't want to disrespect anybody, especially in the sport of wrestling.
That's, I mean, we could segue to that. That is it. Wrestling championships might be one of the toughest things to win.
Oh my Lord, yeah.
Like you think, March Madness, they play all those games, but wrestling is just we talked about the mental side.
Mm-hmm.
It is a tough sport. And there's so many different styles too. There's so many different styles.
Well, that's weird. I didn't realize all the different styles, and when you go wrestle in certain tournaments, you're gonna do this freestyle, and if you're not, you go more traditional style. Did not understand how many different styles there were, and how many times you got to be able to kind of transition depending on where you're wrestling and what you're going for. It's really cool though.
It depends. Some guys are more defensive. Some guys are more, we're going to get on the attack. It isn't much.
We just got different rules. You can't wrestle certain ways in other tournaments that you go to this tournament, you can. So it just kind of depends on what you're going for. World titles, if you're in the Olympics, if you're still Division I and collegiate. Did you find an answer? I hope.
You had Jordan Burroughs 2009, 2011, 2025. You had Antrell Taylor and Ridge Lovett.
Okay, so that's it.
You forgot Ridge. Ridge is going to be disappointed.
No, I didn't forget Ridge. Just we had a couple national champs.
They had Ridge,
Taylor and Ridge.
Ridge in the 149, Antrell Taylor in the 157. So, I mean, you're right. There was a big gap there.
Yeah. So you can put. I think wrestling, is fair. Put them at 2. You could argue. Bowling.
Bowling's always done their thing.
Women's rifle. I couldn't tell you the history, but I know this year they're on fire.
I always see it. They always beat Army or Navy or whatever
which has got to be embarrassing for military schools.
In a military school, and they beat them, and it's always I always see the memes on the graphics, but it's hey, they're winning. They're winning. After that it gets a little murky. Then it's kind of men's basketball's up there. I mean, they're on fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're on fire. Women's basketball. Amy Williams is going to get that team to the tournament. I feels like. Regardless, I feel like they're a tournament team still. They may have taken some lumps here in the last couple of weeks, but I still think they are a tournament team. I mean, they'll have a game tomorrow night against Indiana.
Indiana ranked?
They're not, but
okay.
It's a conference game.
And well, I mean, they only got 2 losses, and a ranked USC and a ranked Iowa.
And USC, I mean,
nothing to scoff.
The USC game wasn't it was a blowout either. No. They were in it throughout, and then USC went on a 10-0 run to start the second half, and then they just grabbed all momentum, and that was one of those Chris's break games to the attendance. It was a 1:00 game on a Monday, I believe,
and
it wasn't on Big Ten Network. It was on BTN Plus.
Yeah.
So I was here, and I was like, oh, what channels? What games on at 1:00? People are off Christmas break. Maybe it's on TV. No, it was not. So what a weird situation. But after that, I mean, men's basketball's got to be up there just because they're
I think I'd put women's just because they've had. Well, I guess if we're saying just this year and then heading into next year, then yeah, you would go with probably men's before women's. If you're adding the past, you'd go women's simply because they went to the tournament last year. I think they won a game at least. I know they've won games in history, yes, but I think last year they made it to at least the second round.
We'll have to make a tier ranking.
I'm just trying to figure out where is football.
One of these
this is what I'm trying to get to.
One of these nights, we're gonna have to put a tier ranking together on here with the sports and tier rank them on our confidence level.
That would be good because we're missing gymnastics as well, women and men's, and then golf.
You said athletics. We're gonna have to do them all. You said athletics. You didn't just say. the major sports. You said them all. So
I did say.
We're going to have to do a tier ranking, but
I like that.
We're going to take a break now. We'll come back here in a bit. Nick Whyman, Harrison Arens, Ticket Weeknights.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Is your furnace ready for winter? Call Bryant to perform a thorough check for comfort and peace of mind. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Whatever it takes.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating
and Electrical.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Treads Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back here, Ticket Weeknights. Nick Whyman alongside Harrison Arens. Just got done doing our little tier ranking of Nebraska sports. Sort of. We'll have to probably do that now that we brought it to life.
We'll make a list.
We'll have to do it. It's gotta be done now. But shifting gears, the NFL coaching cycle so far. Yesterday we talked. Nothing really too surprising yet. Just a couple interviews.
Yeah, still 7 open spots in the NFL head coaching world. We won't make a list out of it. What's the worst one?
Of all the 7 spots?
Yeah, what's the spot that seems like the worst place to possibly go to right now?
I mean,
because oddly enough, I feel like Cardinals are kind of in a weird spot. Not the worst, but
so the Giants, I think, are the best spot because you have the rookies, you have Jackson Dart, you have Cam Scatteroo, you have Malik Neighbors, you have a solid defense.
Falcons.
I mean, you got Michael.
Seems like a good spot.
You got Penix. Yeah. You got Bijan Robinson. You got Drake London.
I think I might take Falcons as one of the best spots.
Cardinals, the Kyler Murray. If they move on from him, then you're kind of like back to square one with a rookie quarterback and a coach. Raiders have the number 1 pick, so that's kind of there for the taking.
You got the thing with the Raiders is I think you get a little bit of window. You got a nice window. No one's gonna freak out at you if it sucks right away because everyone's like, "Well, they win 3 games."
They won 3 games.
Yeah, no one's going to freak out if it sucks. They're going to expect it to take time to fix, I'd imagine.
I think the Browns might be the worst spot just because you're in this. not the dog on the Browns.
They deserve it.
It's just, Deshaun Watson's still there.
What's his contract? Sorry to cut you off there. Do you know?
It's still nuts. And it's like, I don't know if they,
no, if they cut him, they got to pay him like $75 million or
something crazy. And then you have, your quarterback situation, like, I don't know if you can draft another quarterback just because you have Dylan Gabriel, you have Shedeur Sanders. It's just a murky team because, like, you have Myles Garrett, you have the defense, you have probably the best defensive player in the league, but you have such a
sack leader. You got it.
You have such a. It's just that team's just in such a weird situation because then you're in the division with the Steelers and the Bengals and the Ravens who are going to grind it out and have, at the moment, have their quarterbacks. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers comes back another year, I would assume he is after how successful it's been. But then, you have Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, and then the Cleveland Browns, which would have. They did beat the Steelers. They did. But
and the Steelers beat the Ravens.
But the Browns are in this weird situation where it's like I don't really know what they're doing. And if you're a head coach, that might be the least attractive job because Kevin Stefanski won 2 Coach of the Year awards. I mean, they did have Baker Mayfield went to the playoffs.
I think Baker Mayfield won a few of those awards.
And then Baker was playing hurt.
And they got rid of him.
And they got rid of him because they were like, you're no good. And then look where trajectory of both those Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns' careers went.
Is there a coach who would trust to go over that? Like one guy that hasn't been talked about. I don't think the Browns would be a good fit for him. He might. Maybe. Mike McCarthy. I'm trying to. Who could fix that place? John Harbaugh, I think could. I think you need a guy that's going to be very cutthroat.
I think you need a veteran coach.
Yeah, who's going to be able to deal with that just rough management.
Harbaugh, I think, would be a on the Brown. I think he's on the Giants top of the list. I've seen the Browns. It makes sense because he's been in the AFC North, and it's gonna be interesting to see who some of these coaches are because some of them we don't know yet. Some of them will be coordinators. You know how it is. Coordinators make the jump. Davis Webb, the former Cal quarterback / he was up with the Giants for a bit. He's the quarterbacks coach with the Broncos.
Flores and Shador.
31 years of age, and he's getting looked at by like a lot of teams. He's a hot name just because the quarterback Denver situation right now. I mean, Denver will get a lot of action in the quarterback. But shifting gears from that, I mean, the NFL playoffs. I mean, we are here on a Wednesday night, and the playoffs are going to be here before we know it. I feel like we were just watching the Ravens and the Bills week 1 in that Sunday night football game, and that was months ago. It feels like that was just yesterday.
I could have sworn I was just watching the Bears Packers like a few weeks ago, and that was a few weeks ago. I'm going to watch them again on Saturday.
Yeah, you blink and you miss it.
What's the Saturday slate look like?
So you have 3:30 of the Panthers and the Rams, and then at 7 o'clock you have the Bears and the Packers. Those are your Saturday games. You listen right here on 93.7 The Ticket for those games as well.
Man, Panthers got any shot? I think it's the first question.
I mean, they beat the Rams earlier this year.
That's right, they did. Right when everyone was talking about how great the Los Angeles Rams were, the Panthers knocked them off, and everyone had to pause.
Any given Sunday is the cliche that is said, and I mean, in the 2025-26 NFL season, that is kind of the motto of the season. Because there's weeks where I'm like, oh, the Rams are the Super Bowl favorites, then they lose to the Falcons. Oh, the Patriots are the Super Bowl favorites, and they struggled with whatever. Oh, the Broncos. Oh, they've won 11. I don't know who's legit or not. Usually there's, the last couple of years been the Eagles and the 49ers usually in the NFC are usually your favorites the last couple of years. And the Chiefs have been the Empires. I think everybody's labeled them as they're the dynasty that everybody was kind of trying to see hopefully loses. And the Bills always ran into them and yada, yada, yada.
The Patriots have had the least amount of weak moments. They've lost games, but the good opponents. They also haven't played. I think they have like the weakest strength of schedule when they got to the end of it.
I think the Giants beat as many over 500 teams than the Patriots.
Which also quickly, my Bears ended up with the toughest. Just saying for everyone who is complaining.
I mean, I was a Bears doubter for the longest time, but then they won that game against the Packers. I mean, it was against, Jordan Love got hurt, but it was, and then they had almost the crazy comeback week 18 against the Lions and the Bears. I mean, the Bears have proven it. It sounds like it's going to snow potentially during that game.
It's going to be a lot of fun. That's just a good rivalry to be back. Same thing with the Ravens Steelers. That was good. At least it was close there. But Saturday is going to be awesome. The Panthers, it's just going to be fun. I'm excited. I totally forgot that that was such a funny timeline because that was at the point where people were already kind of getting into the anointing. Like, oh boy, well, it's obviously going to be the Rams as a Super Bowl favorite. You probably got your MVP right there at the QB. And then the Panthers beat him that week.
It was November 30th.
Yeah.
People forget. This was not that long ago.
No.
It was a Sunday, 31-28 in favor of the Panthers. Panthers led 14-7 after the first quarter.
And I think that was when the Panthers started getting hot.
I mean,
it led to a nice little run.
And
for
8-9 hot is certainly.
Was it enough to win the division?
Well, with the win, they moved to 7-6 with that win. So, and the Rams fell to 9-3 with that loss. But they were, this is a strange, because like fourth quarter comes around, Panthers take the lead. Bryce Young, Jalen Coker, 33-yard touchdown. Then Kyron Williams gets a touchdown, 7-yard run to put the Rams back up. And then 6 minutes to go, McMillan catches a 43-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Young. Bryce Young had a pretty good game there. He only had 206 yards.
How many picks were the Rams throw?
2. 18 for 28, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks for Matthew Stafford. Bryce Young, only 206 yards, but he was efficient. 15 for 20 and 3 tutties.
Is that the biggest upset on the board for that
100%.
NFC?
100%, because the Rams are up there. The NFC West makes up half the playoffs pretty much. And that is, the Panthers are a losing record. There's been times where a team was losing records beat, like the Seahawks that one year against the Saints. Marshawn Lynch with the run that kind of defined his career.
Titans have a losing record when they beat the Ravens?
I don't remember. I don't think so. But I think they were a little over 500 at that point. But that's like the marker that everyone sets, that Seahawks team. But a team like at 8-9, are they legit Super Bowl teams? We've never seen that in the history of.
They're like James Madison. Give them a run for their money, and it could be fun.
If the Panthers win that game, that'll shake things up. I don't think they are anywhere near favored to win that game. Sunday, though, Sunday's got a nice little slate, too. You got the Jags and Bills that started off. That's a fun game.
Tell me right now, who do you like in that one? Because the Jags, I think it's 8 straight wins? They're red hot heading into the postseason.
They rolled the Broncos late in the regular season.
Yeah.
They did struggle with the Colts a little bit this last week.
They rolled them. You could argue the number one defense on the AFC.
And they're rolling. And Liam Cohn did get made fun of a lot when he first got hired, and now since then, no one's laughing. He backed it up.
Coach of the year
has to be.
I was gonna say I think you go with Liam Cohn. You can throw Ben Johnson, but I think he had more talent there. So I'd give it to Liam Cohn as a Bears fan. Who else has been Patriots? You could definitely give it to Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
I'm still leaning on Cohn.
Have to be. I mean, 13-4 with the Jags. I mean, that is
Mike Tomlin for getting past 9 wins.
I mean, that's a moral victory, but they're in the playoffs still. They still make the playoffs. Bills, Jags. I don't know. That one's a toss-up game. It depends.
I think I go with the hot hand.
I would too. And the Jags, I mean, they haven't had a playoff game at home since that. I believe that was that Chargers-Jags game when they came back against Brandon Staley that one time.
I think you're right.
I mean, and the last couple of years, they've kind of been injury riddled, and Trevor Lawrence back in the playoffs. That's huge. And then after that, you get the 49ers, Eagles. That's another one. I don't know. 49ers, I was like, after they beat the Bears on Sunday Night Football that 1 week,
offense looks so good.
Offense looks so great. And then they go to play Seattle in a marquee game that pretty much decided the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And they only scored 3 points.
And they had the opportunity to host the Super Bowl if they win that.
Yeah.
I think they needed one other thing to turn out their way, but still, and for them to look that bad was astonishing. It didn't make me feel any better about my Bears because they were red hot. And it was red hot in like all of December. So I don't want to panic on it, but the Eagles, they're kind of like the same thing. They're not really impressing you. They have their moments where they kind of let you down, but they're winning games. So
we got chatter here. Drew Haverman.
Shout out Drew off the Lighthouse.
Was just here. The 8-9 is scorching for Carolina, especially when people called Young a future bust. Also, Harrison looks like Jared Goff. Love you guys. Tony Romo for the Hall of Fame 2026.
I've gotten that before.
You do kind of look like him. Like, honestly,
you know which one I look like? And this isn't in me just saying this. Like, it's Foles, especially when I was a little bit skinnier yet. Nick Foles. When he was on the Eagles.
I see it. We have to pull up a photo probably. We have to find me a photo from when you were younger. We can Nick Foles. I see it. I see Nick Foles. I see it. Yeah, so that Eagles, I don't know which Eagles team you get. Sometimes the Eagles come out hot and then they cool off and hold on, or they blow a lead. Like the Denver game, when they played Denver early in the year, it was all Eagles, and then Denver came back and shocked them. And at that time, we didn't know Denver was the Denver Broncos of what we were going to see in 2025, 2026. Philadelphia crowd, though. Home playoff game, defending Super Bowl champions. I don't really know.
Give me Shanahan and the 49ers.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't feel great about either team on that.
I
1-800 bets off. I'm just picking here. I will not. Don't take betting advice from me ever.
I agree. And then the night game, you got the Chargers against the Patriots. I feel the most confident in New England handling business that game. I don't trust the Chargers once the postseason comes around. They just had some weird games. They just have a couple years ago against the Texans. They lost that game. They're just a weird team once the postseason comes around.
Okay. I'm with you. Give me the Patriots.
I think the Patriots. And then Sunday Night Football is the defensive game, I think. You have two really good defenses. I mean, Steelers defenses bend don't break this entire year. And the Texans, who have, I kind of wrote them off beginning of the year. I didn't think they'd be in this situation. They were
and now I like the Texans to win this one.
I do too. I think their defense is good and their offense is playing well. CJ Stroud's going to command the game. What a turn of events. This is, I don't know.
Read the playoffs with the teams that we just picked right now. This is a goofy but very fun playoffs.
I don't know if you saw the Texans social media post. They posted how, so in past years, the Texans always got that Saturday afternoon game. Every year. They posted a meme being like, oh my gosh, we don't have the first playoff game on that Saturday wildcard weekend. They get a primetime game. I don't know if you know this about the Steelers in Monday Night Football. They haven't lost a Monday Night Football game in years. Did you know that?
No.
They are in a
how long is the streak?
It's a long time. I can find it here for you.
My Bears lose every Monday night.
I saw something during the season because they played a Monday Night Football game during the season and they won. That was against the Dolphins a couple weeks ago. And they won. And they had this winning streak on Monday Night Football, which that's regular season. I don't know if it counts. Yeah, the Steelers have won 23 consecutive home games on Monday Night Football.
Do Aaron Rodgers' Monday Night Football record.
That's a streak that began in their last home loss on Monday Night Football to the Giants in 1991. Maybe they only play one Monday Night Football game a year.
Still, but it's 23 wins straight for Monday Night Football. Now do Rodgers. See if Rodgers can ruin this. I hope Rodgers got like a terrible Monday Night Football record, but it's probly good considering how long he's on the Packers.
He's probably played the Bears a bunch of times during his time. Not to.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
14-10 on Mondays in his career.
Oh, 14-10 considering his actual win percentage. That's a little bit surprising.
Yeah, I mean,
not enough to tank it, but 23 wins is unreal.
I mean, an asterisk next to one of those losses. No, they won technically. So would one of those? I think does one of those count as that Jets game when he got hurt against the Bills?
Oh, that's probably it.
Does that count? Let's see. No, they did. They lost that game. It says here. It says 0-1. So he won the game. He was on a 2-game losing skid on Monday Night Football until they beat the Dolphins this year. That was 2023. 2024, they lost that game when he played. They won when Zach Wilson got 2023 when he got thrown into the fire, and they somehow won that game in overtime. But yeah, then he won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight games dating back to 2014 on Monday Night Football. Crazy stat. So I remember we were just saying, I think the Texans are going to win that. I might have to change my mind, man.
Give me the Texans.
I don't know. The Steelers winning all those Monday Night Football games, plus Aaron Rodgers has won, 10 of his last 12 on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, he's been pretty good.
Give or take, some of those are from the 2010s when he was with the Packers against the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Falcons, the Bears. I mean, that game I think is a toss-up game. That's a game that comes down to the wire. But we're going to send it to break here. Harrison and me will wrap up this last hour. Coming up here, Ticket Weeknights, Nick Whyman, Harrison Arens.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
and electrical.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. I'm Ryan Buck, your Lincoln, Nebraska, Edward Jones financial advisor. Count on me for your financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 402-483-0377. Again, that's 402-483-0377. And let's find you rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Is your furnace ready for the cold winter? Call the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough heating check, giving you peace of mind, or steps to ensure a warm home throughout the season. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchange checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Nick Whyman alongside Harrison Arens here. The 93.7 The Ticket studio. Discussed a lot in this hour. And we're jumping over to the NBA. A lot of basketball talk. A lot of basketball talk so far this week's been on the airwaves, has been college. Because obviously, hottest team in the country is here in this.
See, Michigan, sorry to side tangent, almost lost yesterday to the Nittany Lions.
I was shocked.
The quote-unquote worst team in the Big Ten as far as the records go.
I was shocked.
Almost beat the most dominant Big Ten team
I was shocked.
in a while.
I mean, Michigan has just rolled everybody, no matter who you are.
Didn't they beat Gonzaga by like 40?
They beat everybody by 40.
30.
And then Penn State could be one of those games that they kind of just overlooked and ended up becoming. Penn State probably made it. Got it. I didn't see much of it, but yeah, I saw that. See Minnesota, Iowa. Minnesota beat
Iowa. Took the loss. Yeah,
took the loss right in the
put
end.
A smile on my face.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So NBA. I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of NBA talk, but NBA season is starting to pick up. This is the time of year. Christmas Day is kind of like the start of the season for fans, I would say. A lot of them, because a lot of them are paying attention to the football, college football still going on. Who in the Eastern Conference? Eastern Conference is such a unique situation right now. You know, you have the Detroit Pistons are the 1 seed. I mean, in my lifetime, the Pistons, Chauncey Billups and those guys were the last time they were good.
Wasn't that like 3 years ago? They were on the verge of having the worst record in NBA history.
They had that long losing skid.
Yeah.
And now look at them. And they're pretty much the same team. Kate Cunningham and just throwing like Jaden Ivey still there. They're throwing some guys.
Didn't they bring in Tobias Harris?
They did bring in.
He's been huge for him.
But and Tobias Harris at the time, everybody thought he was broken. And then he comes in there and he's, Sixers. He didn't
criminally underrated.
I mean, yeah.
He's always been a pretty good player. And he's had stretches where people wanted more out of him. And it's like, listen, he's got dudes around him that are constantly getting hurt. He's in a very up and down role where his production was always kind of in flux depending on who was healthy around him. This is great for him. Contender in the East?
I mean, they'd have to prove it. They have to win a round, I think. 'Cause last year they got what they got with the Knicks, and I don't know.
I think you're still looking at the Celtics.
Celtics, well, they don't have Jason Tatum. Do you think Jason?
Yeah, but give us some time. They're still what are they, second in the East without him?
They're third right now.
Okay.
So here's they started out cold, and now they're starting to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing for the Celtics: if you get deep playoff run and Jason Tatum's back, do you bring him back on the playoff roster and have him play in the postseason?
Oh, 100%. If he's fully healthy.
That's what I mean. We don't, because he got hurt late in the postseason.
I listen to the doctors. I don't risk it, but I mean, if we can get, so if we get to the finals, like, all right, buddy, you're in there. Unless they're giving me red flags all over.
These are also athletes who can, it's a 12-month injury. They're back in 9 months.
There's ways.
It'd be very interesting to see with them. Do you the New York Knicks? What are your thoughts on the Knicks so far?
I have no idea if they're.
They won
a tough one to make up.
NBA Cup champions. The New York Knicks. I forgot to put that little in front of there.
Oh,
they're not.
the NBA Cup champions.
They're not raising a banner for that. Would you raise a banner for the NBA Cup? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't either. I like it in form of the money standpoint for some of those younger players on contract. I just
it's got to be better ways to fix like the interest level in the middle of the season.
It's weird. It was also all in streaming this year too, so it's very weird. But the Knicks, I don't know. I don't know what they are. Like, are they good? Are they? I mean, yes, they are a good basketball team. I think they gel well together. But are they made for a championship run?
I'd say that. Well, last year they lost. And they really got hurt. The Pacers, I believe, took over. Once they started going down in numbers, they got super beat up. So I'm not going to hold it against them. They're not my favorite. If I had to go my favorites right now, I'm looking at the Celtics. Then I feel pretty sick about everybody else.
The East gets a little weird. Then you have the Raptors, Sixers, Cavaliers, Magic, Heat, Bulls, Hawks are your fourth. I mean, the Raptors being the 4th seed, I did not see that happening so far. And then the West, I mean, it's got to be the Thunder. They are in a little bit of a slide right now, though.
Give me the Raptors to make a weird push in the playoffs. They got that new European coach who's really good.
He's been there. He's high on Scotty Barnes. They got Brandon Ingram. They're an interesting team. The West, I think you got the Spurs already at number 2. If the Spurs can keep this group together, I can't imagine what they can do. It's kind of like with the Thunder. They were kind of in that waiting process, and they've gotten better, and maybe they're a year ahead already.
Yeah, they're not paying a lot of money for that roster right now at all.
They're very young.
Yeah,
they have Victor Wembanyama.
They still got some moves to make.
Lakers in the 3 seed. I don't know what to think of them because I don't know what JJ Redick. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what to think about them. Like, because you have LeBron, you have Luka, and then it just feels like every time the Lakers go to the playoffs with LeBron, outside of the championship year in 2020, everybody kind of goes noises. Whether it be D'Angelo Russell that year, last year they had they were trying to Mo Bamba's going to come back and help them in the playoffs. Didn't happen. And now they got DeAndre Ayton is kind of their post they're leaning on. It's a very
they did D'Angelo Russell dirty.
They did.
They broke his heart once and said you're not good enough, and then they brought him back just to break his heart twice.
I know. And then you got the rest, the 4 through the 10. You have the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Wolves, Suns, Warriors, Trailblazers, and then the Grizzlies right in front of the Mavericks for that final play-in spot. The Nuggets, if Nuggets are healthy, I really like the Nuggets. I
think everyone does just because Jokic is kind of one of those guys. His IQ is just unreal. And they did a good job finding out ways to win enough games without him when he was out for that little bit of a span. So they can win even if he's not playing, at an elite level or he's just completely out of the game. You're probably looking at the Thunder still, though. I mean, whether you think it's rubbish or you think it's legit, their ability to draw free throws at an incredibly high rate is really good. And Shea's still looking like Shea from last year. Spurs, is Victor Wembanyama healthy? Then they're going to be a problem. I think that's probably the one guy that Jokic is going to have the worst matchup with. Just due to, he gives anybody a hard time.
Quick thought, NBA Finals. What if the season ended right now? What would be your finals? I put you on the spot. You got the outro playing right now.
Yeah, I know. I could see the clock. We got time here.
I had to put you on the spot right before we started.
All right, give me Celtics, Nuggets.
It'll be a fun finals.
Nuggets win.
So, yep. Nick Whyman alongside Harrison Arens here. Harrison, what do you got next?
Up next, Raps Good Take on Sports. Don't go anywhere. You guys are always welcome to join in right here at TicketFM.com. Harrison Arens, Nick Whyman.
He got it. That's right. Raps Good Take on Sports coming up next.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure,